Very happy to have another young Indian with me today. Right now, we have with us Anjana. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Anjana.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Very grateful to be on this platform. A brief introduction about myself. I am Anjana. I belong to Kozhikode, Kerala. Currently, I am pursuing Masters in Economics from Center for Economic Studies and Planning, Jawaharlal Nehru University. I possess almost 2 years of research experience post my undergraduation. I completed my undergraduation in economics from University of Calicut. Um, so after my undergraduation, I did a research. During my undergraduation, I did a research internship at IIM Kozhikode. Post my undergraduation, I worked at Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Scientific Research in Department of Science and Technologies GTI Project. I will be talking about the project later on.
Okay.
Uh, after completing the project, I worked at IIT Gandhinagar as project associate. Um, so I would like to divide this
You've been
entire
all over
journey.
the country, huh? You've been all over the country.
Yeah, yeah, from Kerala to Bangalore to Gujarat to now Delhi.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Slowly
so
moving up north.
yeah, moving up north. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I would like to divide my entire journey so far into 4 segments, basically, starting from my schooling, then to my college days, and then work experience, which I gained from JNCASR and IIT Gandhinagar, and also currently right now in JNU, the life in JNU. So this is how I would like to schedule it. So a bit about my school days. So I completed my whole entire school from Kendriya Vidyalaya. So my dad was in army, so I have moved a little bit around India that time as well. So I did my 10th standard at Kendriya Vidyalaya MEG and Center, Bangalore. And then for my 11th and 12th standard, we moved back to Kerala, Kozhikode. So I completed my 11th standard at Kendriya Vidyalaya number 2, Calicut. Uh, I I am a kind of person who takes different path, and also I like challenges. So I challenge myself in whatever I do. So I took up commerce with mathematics as my optional. So it only 2 students from our entire school took up that optional, because mathematics was kind of a heavy subject as far as our commerce with math subject optional is concerned. So mathematics, we used to go to science class because we studied math of our science course, NCRT science mathematical textbook. So even the teachers were quite kind of hesitant to uh, give students this option, because there were some kind of it is too heavy to pursue, that's why. But we both, like me and one of my friend, we both took up the optional, and then we actually got a good grades as compared to the science students at that time. So uh, during my school days, I got interested in economics as a subject, and I was fascinated how the market works. And it was a simple logic things which we learned in our school days, but it got fascinated to me, and that's why I took up economics as my major in undergrad. And mathematics always been one of my favorite subject, was there throughout my journey. And I did my college from Malabar Christian College, University of Calicut, which is affiliated to University of Calicut. So during my college days, the syllabus was quite lose, as in like that is not the right word. I would say it is more theoretical than mathematical. I was expecting a mathematical course, but somehow it was more theoretical in nature, but it had benefited me a lot. And during my undergraduation, I as it is not part of the course to do an internship, but I again took a different path from my batchmate and tried to explore the internship opportunities. And I got into IIM Kozhikode at its economics department to work under a research project uh, titled "Do Women Have Decision-Making Power in the Family?" So it was a Kerala context study where I was exposed to literature review, and I was also done a kind of survey of the households. Around 80 households I surveyed. So it was quite interesting and challenging as well, because survey collection, one-on-one collection, is a bit challenging. I was exposed to this research environment at that time. And I completed my undergraduation in 2020. That's when actually our exam ended on 22nd of March, and 23rd of March was the lockdown was declared, and it was completely a different game, I mean, different life altogether. After I made up my mind during my college days only that I will not be pursuing masters immediately, because I needed to take a break, maybe to I actually you know I was kind of preparing for competitive exams like UPSC and SSC, like state civil services examinations as well. So I took a break. I did some coaching. Then unfortunately I couldn't qualify. That's when I thought I will just do some job, gain some work experience, rather than actually not wasting but investing time in competitive exams. I would rather gain kind of work experience, which I would like to suggest others as well who are involved actually going forward for the competitive exam. It is kind of another game together. So it is actually good to have a parallelly preparing for competitive exams, is what I would suggest everyone. Then during my so during the preparation, I came across the Gati project by Department of Science and Technology. Then I saw an advertisement because I used to search about the current affairs, and then I suddenly came across the job uh, role which says that project assistant is needed for this project of DST Gati. And that was actually a life-changing moment. I applied and I got through the interview at JNCASR. And there I was exposed to how government projects work. Actually, my PI, Professor Kavita Jain, had actually helped me a lot, in the sense she helped me how to do the data analysis part, how to interpret data, because the project required all those things to learn. And also, I was given an opportunity to present JNCSR at Department of Science and Technology's review meeting, which held at Delhi at that time. And also the summit, which happened with the UK partners at Chandigarh. So I was actually grateful for being part of all these things. Then during that time, actually, one unfortunate incident happened in my family. My dad passed away, so that was quite a different thing. My life changed again, 360-degree flip it had. And then I was initially in my mind, I will only work for a year and then I will pursue masters. But that time I had to take a decision of stabilizing my family financially, and also to just stabilize my mental state and recover from, still it is not recovered, but still uh, try to get back to studies was kind of challenging for me. So I decided to work again. I applied to many places. I got into IIT Gandhinagar as project associate. I worked at the Center for Sustainable Development. It was mostly administrative work, I would say. A research element was very less, but still that was a great platform which I actually grown a lot personally and professionally, because I met a lot of government officials. I was exposed to various organizing events, and through events I networked with a lot of people. Connections were built, and it actually helped me professionally. And during IIT's tenure, I prepared for CUET, common entrance for postgraduate program in India. So I used to work 9 to 6, and then from 6 to 12 I used to go to library and study for CUET. Somehow I qualified and I got masters. Um, for masters I got seat at JNU, and especially this uh, premier institute, especially the Center for Economic Studies and Planning, CESP, has a great name for economics, a lot of alumni everywhere. Uh, yeah, so a bit about Gati project I would like to discuss. Uh, so, uh, so Gati is Gender Advancement for Transforming Institutions. That is a pilot project by the Department of Science and Technology to actually encourage institutions of higher education and research to have diversity and inclusion in the STEM discipline. So, as everyone knows, even UNESCO also believes that UNESCO has already published a report that saying that 35% of students in higher education is women, like girl. And when it comes to PG, UG, and MPhil and PhD, only 43% is women. And as you go up the ladder, the students, the women in STEM world is basically 30%, and as you go to the faculty positions, it has reduced and it has been like 14%. So there is a leakage in the academic pipeline for women in STEM. So the issue is actually a pertinent, relevant issue to be concerned about. And DST, through its Wise Kiran division, has been doing a lot of projects, initiatives, and scholarships, fellowships provided to women scientists. So through this project, we actually tried to analyze this institution-specific data of student data, faculty data, and the visibility part of the women. So these data and the interpretation of those data actually gave us an understanding of policy recommendations which could benefit the women in science in STEM discipline. So few observations which I would like to discuss here is so you're muted actually. You're on mute.
Let's have your observations.
Yeah, sure. So at the entry, so I'm just referring to my notes because I don't want to miss out on any points and the percentage data part. So in the entry level, there is a perception, like entry as in general, like there is a perception that the STEM or maybe hardcore engineering subjects is for male people. And there was a study, which interesting study I came across during the project was uh, the kids were told to asked to draw a scientist figure, and most of the kids drew a male figure because everybody has in mind that scientist means a male figure. So there is a stereotype, or maybe you can say perception of women in STEM is kind of there is still a different perspective basically. And uh, obviously the coaching, or maybe you can say there is a expensive part also, there is financial thing also attached to the STEM discipline, is what we observed, that the course which STEM discipline has is a little bit expensive than arts or science, arts or commerce stream basically. And there is also a problem of so we were analyzing the admission data. So the number of applications in the engineering course is actually a bit higher, or maybe at par with the male candidate applications. But when it comes to the admission, the offer letter being offered to to the student, it is very less in number. Basically, maybe one or two out of 100 is being selected. So JNCASR being the research institute, the master's and PhD program is being actually carried out there, not undergraduate part. So there is already a leakage happening at the 12th higher education and undergraduation, and then when it comes to masters and PhD level, there is still a lot of leakage happening. But when it comes to biological sciences, the opposite scenario is happening. There is a leakage of male candidates happening in the biological courses. So that was one of the observation. And women scientists, even after getting into the faculty position, the faculty or like climbing up the administrative ladder, basically in HOD positions, reaching female faculties reaching HOD position is actually very less in number. So there is still leakage happening that side. So these were few observations regarding Gati project. And so after Gati, I went to IIT Gandhinagar. There I was, as I was mentioning earlier, like I was exposed to many, networking was one of the biggest part which helped me professionally to network with many government officials, then business people, corporate people, which is still helping me to find internships right now. So then coming to JNU, as everybody knows, it is one of the premier institutes in India and globally as well. So our first semester and second semester is kind of truncated because of the late admission process. So our first semester is over. Right now, I am in my second semester. After 2 years or maybe 3 years of gap, I'm back to the studies. So it is a bit, it is a kind of like my base is still, I am brushing up the base. I have to brush up base and then do the intermediate level and then the advanced level. So the course is a bit rigorous. So I have to do double work to get into that at par with other students because of the gap I had in my academic journey. So and one of the biggest relief for me is the financial burden. There is no financial burden as far as the fees is concerned because it is very affordable. So I can actually study a bit more like concentrating on the studies can be much higher because of the financial stability right now.
Yeah. Okay. That's
And
very
the
good.
faculty,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you have to pay for your, where do you stay? In a dorm, in a hostel? Where do you stay?
Yeah, I stay in a hostel. So we have hostel fee, like it is 10 rupees per month,
Okay.
which will sum up to 120 rupees per year.
Yeah.
And mess fees is one thing, but that is also 3,000 rupees per month, around 3,000 rupees per month,
Yeah.
which is still affordable because in under 5,000, 1 month's expenses uh, would be it is being like 5,000 is the budget for a month.
All right. Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. And Yeah, so because at times the mess fees go a bit higher, but on average 5K is the per month expense.
Okay.
Uh, and coming to the campus is big, and in Delhi, this much greenery, it is very hard to find. We are away from the pollution, is what it is actually nice. Um, then faculty, like faculties have been a major they have done a lot of research, and they have marked their name on this area, so they are teaching us, means it is a grateful thing for us. Uh, then in the first semester we had exposure to the writing of research papers, like term paper. So we produced one term paper in our first semester. So the coursework is both mathematical as well as research oriented. So it will help in future as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're liking it.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Uh,
I took a good, I mean, right decision of coming to JNU and pursue masters. Yeah.
what about your fellow students?
Fellow students, yeah, everybody is very competitive, as in they are just out of college, so they are very competitive. They are at par with everyone. Like we all learn together and grow together. Yeah.
Okay. But they are from all parts of India, right?
Yeah, they are from all parts of India. So in from Kerala, we have around 10 people from Kerala, and others are from uh, all parts of India, basically from northeast, from south, from north, from west. Yeah,
Okay.
the culture itself in JNU is different, as in uh, the people from different parts makes it more diverse and inclusive in nature. And
Yeah.
one thing which I observed in JNU is that it is very inclusive in nature. Basically, I meant that people with disability also is given more importance at this institution, because the infrastructure is also built in such a way that everybody has access to everywhere. And that is one thing I observed after like I have been to few institutions earlier, academic institutions. So this part I was more fascinated by seeing the initiative that JNU is taking.
Okay. All right. So what's the future?
Future plan, so I wanted to work for a few more years, and then gradually I would like to pursue PhD.
Yeah.
So I would like to work in research field only, maybe work in think tanks, like research institutions or research think tanks.
Okay. All right. And any tips you have for young people?
I'm still young.
No, people in 11th and 12th, first year
11th
of
and
BA, you are way
yeah.
beyond that. I'm sorry.
What the one thing which I tell my sister also, she's currently in ninth standard, so she, like, we both are like around 12 years difference. So the thing which I tell her
12 years
also, like, you
difference?
have, yeah, yeah, 12 years difference,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
So the thing which I tell her also is that you don't have to go behind the crowd. Like, you can do something differently, and also challenge yourself every day to try to do something every day, learn something every day, or do something differently, as in not like anything, but something which is productive in nature. So that is something which I also tell her, because for her I am like a mother figure. So
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
Okay. All right. And anything else you want to add here?
uh, nothing as of now. I'm not able to recollect anything right now.
Okay, fine. Good. Then let's end it here today. I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Bye, everybody.